mezzo iurna, ristorante non decorna, e la strada trovi alto, che ti vende il cane caldo. Ma questo dimmi che cos'è, perché vuoi darlo a me? Lo do che lo mangi. L'hot dog te lo mangi tu.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. My transition has died on me somehow. I don't know what happened. I don't know why my transition's gone. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to get back. But I didn't wanna lose the timing. Although again, no surprise here, I'm still late. So that's all good. Yeah. Why don't we just dive straight into the game? While we let everybody trickle in. So give me a sec while I switch over. I can't do the thing anymore. I need my transition back somehow. Okay. I'm gonna pause the music. Okay. Alright, we're getting closer to finding Ursula. I could feel it. Reverie. Oh, we've already found Ursula, though. Oh, that's right. We have to reveal the hard truth. I don't know if it saved that, though. Alright. I guess we're going to have to play through it again. We did... Oh, no. We did it. We leave through the same rooms and the same corridors this time, though they feel void of danger. So this is going to be more of a... Let's say it's a previously on the Fall of Reverie. Hello, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. We're just going through the first little bit again from when we unlocked that objective. Or the main, I think it was like the main outcome. So we're just going through that right now. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good weekend. It's not until we're near the Naias that I dare to look at my mother. Eyes are keys.
A lot of explaining to do. Being lectured by my own daughter. Truly, how delightful.
Don't start with the sarcasm. After everything we just did, you have no right.
A fair point. Although I must say, I didn't ask for your assistance.
What were you doing? Where were you? Why didn't you leave a note or a letter or something?
I don't have the answers you're looking for.
Hey, Sam and Daniel, welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope the slow pack is doing not too bad. Wouldn't be the first time.
How can that possibly be true?
Slowly but surely, yeah.
I need time. It has been a frightfully stressful day, and I need to sleep some things off. Please, darling. I'm tired. Let's go inside.
She's not lying about that, at least. She looks terrible, her eyes drifting lazily out of focus now and again. Without another word, we set off towards home. There, the atmosphere is morose, to say the least. I take the first opportunity to hightail it out of our little reunion. By the time I'm alone again, I feel the tug of reverie. There's no point resisting as much as I'd like to. Me, I'm tired. I'm always tired. As a koala should be. I'm always tired. Within moments, the familiar feeling takes me, and I open my eyes to see truth before me.
So, you found your mother at last. Impressive. I'm sure you are simply thrilled to have her back.
Of course I am. I mean, she was never the easiest person to get on with, but I'm glad for Laszlo and Nora. The stress was killing them.
And me.
The time has come to track down our missing sibling. We will need them to pry glory from her little stronghold.
Chaos.
And I'm sure the others have lingering questions as well on the subject of my shattering.
Alright. So we're going after Chaos. We are at the Nexus. We move further into Reverie, joining the other aspirations. There's a tremor of anticipation in the air.
With the egregor you found, you're ready to enter Chaos's maze. Be brave. You will face many truths amongst those pathways. Some exceedingly unpleasant.
I'm speaking before I've even fully noticed my own intention.
I'm ready.
I am ready. Alright. So, we got quite a few crystals now. And I think the most crystals we have are truth crystals. So that's interesting. Cool. We'll go back to the augural. Cutscene. We made it over to Chaos. That's Ursula. Chaos looks a bit sad. Alright. Ursula's back home, but she's different. Major changes coming to Atina and Reverie, and I have no choice but to be a part of it. Alright. An opportunity to talk to Chaos is something I can't afford to waste. They must be the most elusive and capricious of all the aspirations.
Brava, dearie, brava. Fancy seeing you here.
You and my mother.
What can I say? I'm a card.
I'm a card.
How? Why?
Why? Because we fell in love.
How does an aspiration and a human fall in love?
As a matter of fact, she seduced me. I wanted to remain aloof, unattainable. But your mother, she has her ways. What, did you think I bewitched her? Cast an evil love spell? Oh no, dearie. Sorry to disappoint.
So why then? Why did you imprison truth?
To end the Age of Glory.
The Age of Glory? Their painted face is eerie in its sudden stillness.
The others wouldn't exactly have approved of my methods, and without truth, they were blind to my little scheme.
Chaos stares at me unblinkingly, their face blank. There's something in that gaze that reminds me of my mother. A glint of calculating scrutiny reflected in a funhouse mirror. If they expect me to turn away, they'll be disappointed.
Ursula chose me as the new reigning aspiration, but we were robbed of the chance to follow through.
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid the glorious age of chaos is on the back burner at the moment. The priority now is simply to end glory's reign. A mortal construct has its hooks in glory, and deeply. One with which you are fast becoming familiar. Rhymes with phono sunburn.
I take a few moments just to process this, to visualize the many implications and the interweaving paths I've seen crossing the augural. Chaos seems to be getting impatient with me.
I'm sorry, was that too easy? Would you rather answer my riddles 3?
Absolutely not.
What do you call an aspiration without a Gregor?
No riddles, please.
The answer is desperate, Harmony. Desperate.
Their eyes glitter within paint-streaked sockets.
Oh, would you look at the time? I really must be going. Toodles.
Okay, then. All right, so we are now jumping into Chapter 1 of Act 3. Sun. Home, sour home. Ursula is back for better or worse. All right, let's dive in. As eccentric as they are, I'm glad I talked to Chaos. It helps me understand my mother a little better. But it's still a lot to take in. Sorry, I was watching Dragon on... I'm sorry, what? What were you watching, Sam? Sam! What? I don't think I want to know. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't need to know. I'm just going to continue with my game here. All right. I returned from reverie to find the naiads divided. We all retired to our separate rooms for the night. No one spoke, not even to say goodnight. I don't remember falling asleep. I do remember the flashes of reverie that flickered through my mind as I tossed and turned. Impossible landscapes, incredible vistas, vivid surges of light, glowing and refracting. A throne of sun-bleached bone, a shattered silhouette made whole. A heartbeat. In the morning, I find Laszlo and Nora in the kitchen. No sign of Ursula. Okay. Okay. I don't want to know. Weird mood. Laszlo's wrath. Conditions relying mostly on your own skills to look for Ursula. Nora's fury, relying heavily on others to find Ursula. Ah, so we didn't unlock the other two. Interesting. We're just in the middle. I'm not interested in whatever the heck's going on behind the scenes over with you and the couch, Antonio. I'm just going to continue with my story over here. Weird mood. Truth. You have experienced a change of paradigm. You have to get accustomed to it. Truth opened a path into chaos's maze for you. Okay. So this is the path we are taking. And this is the way we are going. Weird mood. Let's go. No one speaks. Nora and Laszlo have barely touched the food they set out for breakfast. It's been out so long, it's cold and unappetizing now. Ursula hasn't come out of her room. Several minutes pass in silence, except for the listless clink of silverware on ceramic and the occasional vibration of Nora's phone. After a long sip of water, she clears her throat.
I feel so stupid.
So do I. But what else could we have done?
Excuse me, Sam? What? This is not that kind of stream, Sam. No. No. Keep that out of here. Also, why do you want chaos gone? Chaos is lovely. Chaos is chaos, okay? Chaos be chaotic and we don't like it.
To be honest, Polly, it just reminds me of your mum going away when you were a kid. And even before that. When you were young, your mum always disappeared for a reason, and she'd always be back. With help, or money, or something useful. I didn't bother to look for her back in the day. Knew she'd be back when she was ready. But this time, felt different. Made me nervous.
That was more than I expected Laszlo to say in front of Nora. Despite her distress, she listens without interrupting. The silence makes Laszlo self-conscious.
Let's just try to eat.
We were right to worry, but now it's clear Ursula was on some kind of secret mission, one we interrupted. Things are stranger and more complex than we realized. None of us have dared knock on her door to ask exactly what happened. Even now, no one has tried. We don't even know if she's here or if she's snuck back to MKHQ. All right. Time to make a choice. Do we stay with Laszlo? Laszlo surely knows how to deal with Ursula. Or do we spend time with Nora? She might have something important to say. So this is gonna unlock a couple of oh, wow. All right, this is this is gonna get very complicated. Hey, welcome to the stream, Savoy, Sephiroth. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. All right, we've got a decision to make. Do we spend time with Nora, which will unlock mention Nora as a consequence, or do we go with stay with Laszlo, which will unlock confront Ursula consequence? Do we want to confront Ursula at some point? Or do we want to mention Nora? Because there's this pathway here. And then there's another complicated pathway over here. This is, okay. Nora? Do we want to spend time with Nora? We want to spend time with Nora? All right. We'll spend time with Nora then. Let's spend time with Nora and see what happens. Let's see what we get out of it. I find Nora at the bottom of the empty pool, right after breakfast. She's scrolling through her phone and doesn't seem to want to be disturbed. Ursula still hasn't come out of her room.
We can't avoid her forever.
You go. I'm not sure how I'd react to her right now.
That's fair.
I sit down next to her and try to stretch my legs. Every fiber of my body feels tense.
I don't want to say anything I'll regret. I have all these questions, but I don't know if I really want the answers.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
We're living in constant, uncomfortable uncertainty. It's taking its toll on everyone.
I'm going to try and talk to her.
Good luck.
All right. All right, we move on. Time to talk. I can't stand her silence anymore. All right, we're going to speak to Ursula now. Let's go. I head to Ursula's door and knock a few times. No answer. I call her name.
What is it, Polyhymnia?
Polyhymnia? She knows how much I hate that name, but she always uses it. I knock again without replying, and at last she opens the door. She looks weary. Her eyes catch on the necklace around my neck. She makes a point of showing she's not noticed it. She knows I know much more than I've let on. I thought she might shy away from it. Instead, she suggests we have a chat.
I'm sure you have so many questions. So many old wounds you'd like to reopen. I will tell the truth. My truth. Although, there are certain things I'd like to keep to myself.
For example, chaos?
Ah, so they told you. Not exactly surprising, but inconvenient. My love for chaos is indeed a forbidden topic. It's too fresh, too strong to put into words.
Really?
You may be Reverie's new oracle, but you're still my daughter.
It feels so strange hearing that title in my mother's voice.
I suppose they told you about Gloria's little dalliance with Monoconzern, too.
How did you...
No? Well, that started before I was cast out. Back then it was a minor issue, but now it is everything.
Okay, then. But no, I can't get distracted. I dropped my entire life on the mainland, my studies, my work, my friends. All to come looking for her. And now that I've found her, my presence has barely registered. She hardly seems to care at all. This is why I left in the first place. It's not a very good motherly thing to do. Okay. We've unlocked one of the 4 consequences, which is mentioned Nora. She's been really hurt. Okay. So this is us talking to Ursula about Nora. Okay. So we won't be going anywhere else. So we're going to do this one. Jump in. I tell Ursula about Nora's reaction. For a while, she doesn't speak.
Nora and I have a lot in common. Much more than I thought. She'll understand.
I can't help but be a bit jealous. I'm not sure my mother would ever say the same about me.
She'll surprise you too.
I don't understand what this is supposed to mean, but Ursula won't say anything more.
I'm sorry to have scared all of you. Call it abandonment if you must, but I did not intend to come back.
Wait, she really wasn't gonna come back? Wow, okay.
Do you really think I went to MKHQ on a whim?
Right. Okay then. Alright, what's up with MK? Everything is pointing at the corporation. Alright, we're jumping in. Her expression is firm and resolute.
I left to stop them. I wanted to use their technology to return to Reverie for good.
Oh, she wanted to stay in Reverie.
And to break the connection they fostered with Glory.
Rightio.
Did you find any leads?
She scowls, not necessarily at me, just at the world in general. The usual.
I did not have enough time. I need not remind you of the interruption. But I'm quite certain of MK's involvement. Their courtship of Reverie must end. The partnership with Glory has already given too much power to Monoconzern.
Uh-huh. How do they know about Reverie? How'd they get into it? Alright. Alright, we got a... I don't know if we've got a choice or if it's... Unless we have to do this one. It's an inevitable node. So we might have to play through it to gain... Hold on. MK in Reverie? Truth. So that is the matter of it. So we'll gain a truth crystal. I'm just wondering if we... And can we go this way? What about Jade? Bliss. It's fun to meet new people, but these two don't have much in common. We can't play it. Alright. So we do have to go... We do have to play through MK in Reverie. Alright. Let's find out what's going on.
Yes. They managed to reach out to glory thanks to a substance and some people.
Ah.
Part of Atena's population has always been able to see the future.
Wow, okay.
It was a gift from the aspirations to our island. This ability is enhanced by a substance called egregor.
She nods at the flash of recognition that crosses my face.
MK found out. They modified egregor to make it even more potent. And they started conducting tests on people to see if they would respond to it. These subjects, the prescients, became vessels. They could speak Glory's words to MK. This has been going on for a few years. And as a result, MK's power has grown. How do you stop a company that receives help from a god? You can't.
I can understand her cynicism after what she experienced. But I don't think the aspirations are gods. Okay. Now that we've played through that, we also need to play through Mention Nora's brochures. She's received these documents about MK's program. Alright, let's jump in. I tell Ursula about the brochures Nora received, about how she discussed overtures from MK with me and then with Jade, who warned her off in no uncertain terms. Ursula remains silent for a while.
Do not underestimate the amount of data MK has on the residents of Athena. It would follow that they use this data to select targets and appeal to them accordingly.
I hope they'll leave her alone.
Could Nora be a prescient? I won't say it out loud. I'm afraid she'd be mad if I revealed what might be a risky secret. Ursula doesn't say anything more. The silence between us stretches on. She seems to expect something from me. Interesting. Alright, now that we've played through that, we can now play through... What about Jade? Alright, in we go. Ursula knew about the prescience and the egregor.
I knew that MK had begun to communicate with Glory, but it would be some time before I understood how. Athena's prescients are usually unable to communicate directly with aspirations. They can only do so because of MK's modified egregor. And, for quite a while, I had no idea such a substance existed.
It's news to me, too.
This new egregor. What does modified mean here?
In all honesty, I still don't know. It's more potent, that's for sure. Concentrated. It appears to have had an effect on Glory. She was never one for solitude, but now she's locked herself away in that pyramid of hers.
Or something's trapped her there.
When I met Jade, she mentioned medical tests, MK and egregor, and I could guess what they'd been up to. But that's the extent of my knowledge. I have been trying to return to Reverie for the past 20 years. I knew that it was in danger, that it needed me, and now that I could communicate with it again. I cooperated with MK, hoping to find a way to return to Reverie and to free Glory from their grasp. I know how it sounds. I can hear myself, and I'm not proud.
Well, that's good to hear. She pauses for a moment, hands wringing themselves around one another.
After several weeks, I realized how wrong I was. The prescience, the modified egregor, was doing something to them. So I decided to escape to Reverie. From there, I thought I could...
She intended to stay there with Chaos, leave us all behind, live a magical life of eternal love with her beloved aspiration. She doesn't finish her sentence. Instead, she simply waves her hand through the air in my general direction.
I was so close to success when you interrupted.
There's a note in her voice that rings of pain and sorrow and missed opportunities. This voice acting is top notch, right? It is so good. I love the fact that even though the dialogue comes up, even though this is like, there's not a lot of cutscenes or anything like that, but the fact that they've gone out of their way to actually have these characters be voice acted and still have some form of movement while the dialogue's happening is so good. And the voice acting all just in itself is amazing. I love it. And hi, Nagachaka. I hope you're well. She's wounded, and I won't attack now. I won't attack. Ever. Okay. So we've gained a Bliss Crystal and a Truth Crystal so far. I was referring to Fulia's voice acting. My voice acting? I'm not the one doing the voice acting. I'm just narrating. I am the voice of Polly's mind. Her inner thoughts. That is all I am reading out. But the game has good voice acting too. I'm not even voice acting. I'm just reading it out with my own voice. There's nothing different about it. I'm just narrating. All right, Jade's secret. Chaos. It's gossip time. Which secrets will we learn today? Antix's favorite. Koala pro voice actor. Estia narrating. Thank you. Okay, I guess we'll be gaining ourselves a chaos crystal to find out what Jade's secret is. So let's jump in. I tell Ursula about my first impression of Jade.
After hearing Nora gush about her so much, I expected her to be different, I guess. She's so tired.
You don't understand. She's taken on an enormous task. It's exhausting to fight such injustice, especially for one so young.
You're narrating how the pro koala you are.
Every time we met, she looked more and more fatigued. Her mental health was suffering. Some of her friends enrolled in a medical program meant to provide assistance to lower-income residents. MK targeting the vulnerable, in other words. They came back badly hurt. And it raised questions Jade could not ignore. Jade has more than one reason to be depressed.
Nora's very fond of her.
I'm not surprised. It's good that the two of them have been able to connect.
Okay, interesting. Alrighty, so I think we don't have a choice and we have to play an inevitable node. Ursula's getting annoyed. Maybe I should limit my questions to for the moment, but I have so many things to ask her. The last straw. I've pushed too far. This node is inevitable. It must be played to unlock other nodes. Oh, I can't play that node. Okay, so I don't have a choice. I have to play through this inevitable one. But that also means I lose a chaos crystal. Sorry, Antonio. Ursula's clearly getting tired of all my questions. She won't meet my eyes, and she keeps flexing her hands and fingers, almost as though her joints hurt. Without another word, she stands up and starts pacing around the pool, hands clasped behind her back. Usually, she gets very still when she's deep in thought. It's rare for her to have to walk it off. I wonder what she's trying to process. I try to keep my cool and wait for her to come back. Okay, so that was that. And now we're playing through this inevitable node. A step towards redemption. Ursula reflects on the people she's hurt. And this is going to unlock 2 nodes for us. So if we fly back. Okay, so it's going to unlock an inevitable node in the middle. But it's also going to unlock the first pathway in where we went through the third one. We're gonna be able to go through the first one. I think we have to play through the side pathways in order to then get to the inevitable nodes in the center, to then keep going up to our objectives. All right, let's go. Ursula sits down next to me and lets out a long sigh.
I will apologize to all of you. I'm sorry, Polyhymnia. Yes, I was being selfish, and the plan was absurd, but it almost worked. And if it had, this whole island would be rid of MK by now.
She's very annoyed.
You would all have been better off. For me, it was a one-way ticket to Reverie. But what is one life when you're acting for the benefit of thousands?
I'd never thought of it like that before. I would have lost my mother for good if her plan had succeeded. We look at each other for a moment. Not in opposition or agreement, we simply observe one another. It's almost surreal.
Now, we have other matters to discuss.
Okay. So now that we've finished that, we have to go over here. So, boom. So we have to play through, try to empathize with Ursula. I can try and get the answers to the questions Nora won't ask. All right. Let me just have a look at our notifications. We've unlocked a couple of nodes. All right. So now we have to play through this section. Let's go. Being angry isn't important now. I just want to understand. I tell her so. Silence follows. As always, I have no idea if it means she's relieved or disapproving. She always thought I was too soft, too gullible, not assertive enough. I think she always wanted me to do better than her, but I never managed to live up to her standards. She looks at the necklace again.
You're probably the only one who can understand exactly what happened, who I can tell the whole truth.
Okay, moving into her journey into Reverie. Ursula paved the path I am now taking. Strangely enough, Reverie is one of the few things we have in common.
Does your disappearance have anything to do with Reverie?
Ursula smiles at the mention of it.
Of course. I had a great deal of unfinished business there. And I loved being the Oracle. I loved it as much as I love being a poet.
Alright, we need to read the codex. Oracles. A caste of Oxyon women with a strong connection to their dreams. They were tasked with conversing with us and predicting the future for their people. With a few born each generation, oracles were messengers between Brittle and Reverie. After the Oxyons disappeared, this knowledge was lost, and our conversation with humans became sparse and hazy. Oracles still exist today, but without proper rituals and structures, the link between our worlds has never been fully reforged. Okay. We've already gone through that one. Cool.
I'm glad someone can understand now.
I've never seen her so nostalgic. Alrighty. So right now, we have to play through the inevitable node before we can continue on with that pathway. So, when I was born, should I really bring that to the table? You read in her poems that Ursula didn't want to be a mother. Okay. We're gonna be hitting some things here, people. It's gonna get a little heavy, maybe, I would say. I mentioned the poem I found. The one about how I got in the way of her life in Reverie.
You loved being the Oracle, but you didn't love being a mother, did you?
Alright, I'm just going to put this out there now. If this story is getting a bit much for anybody and you want to walk away from the stream, I get it. It's totally fine. I understand. I appreciate you being here in general. But if the story is getting a bit too much for you, you are more than welcome to walk away. It is totally fine. I will not have anything against it. If the story is too much for you, you are more than welcome to walk away.
Was I ever more than an inconvenience to you?
Ursula's eyes widen.
You weren't supposed to find that. That was just a broad version of the truth. Having children isn't easy. When I got pregnant with you, things were very different. At the time, I didn't think I'd be on my own.
You thought Marco would stay and take care of me?
Marco?
She sounds surprised. She wasn't expecting me to mention my father. Why is that? Alright, we're going into the codex. Marco, born October 21, 1977, previously an engineer at Monoconzern, current location unknown. Ex-partner of Ursula Beauclair and father of Polyhymnia Beauclair. Born on Atina to Lombardian parents, studied chemical engineering, hired by Monoconzern after graduation, promoted to several high-profile projects, formerly in a relationship with Ursula Beauclair, with whom he had a daughter, left for disclosed reasons, moved to the West Dominion in 2003, no recent activity, and we don't even know what he looks like. Interesting. I press on, but she stays silent. Her cold voice cuts through my barrage of questions.
I did not like being a mother, Polyhymnia. We've both known that deep down the whole time, haven't we? It has nothing to do with you. If anything, I was the one who wasn't up to the task. I did not like being a mother, but I would have liked to have been a mother to you. I'm aware that I failed.
Interesting. Alrighty. So, decision time. We have three options. We can either take the power route. What kind of oracle was she? Do you wish to compare yourself to your predecessor? Do we go in the middle? Why did it all end? I only know she didn't leave on purpose. Or do we go the far right? The bond path. Does she have regrets? Does she have regrets? Everyone living with other people has them, but hers must be something to hear. Do we go with the bond? Do we go with bond? Do we go with power? Or do we just go straight down the middle with no crystals at all? In the middle? We don't want to know about what kind of oracle she was or if she has any regrets. No? Well, technically, we're going to have to go through two of the three anyway in order to continue on to one of the inevitable nodes ahead from what I can see. So what are they? So what's wrong with glory? So that's an option here. And we can gain a chaos crystal here. Her relationship with chaos. How does she feel now? All right, so we're going to play the middle one, but we're also going to be playing one of the other two as well. So we'll play through the middle one. Got to put my oldest to sleep. See you in a few hours for you. Have a good night. No worries, Nagachaka. We'll see you on the streamies later on. Misspelt, but yes, that one. All right, we'll go through the middle. Have a think about the other two nodes of whether we go via the power route or the bond route. If we go via the power route, it'll take us towards what's wrong with Glory. But if we take the bond route, it'll take us towards how does she feel now. But then there's also the one in the middle, which is her relationship with Chaos, which I am kind of curious myself. But either way, we're going to be playing one of those two nodes before we move on. So let's go into why did it all end? My mother starts to laugh. It's not a sound I'm used to hearing, to be honest.
No need to beat around the bush. They must have told you. I was cast out. Chaos and I broke their rules and made quite a mess in our effort to go undetected.
Ooh.
They caught you?
We were reckless.
Okay.
At the time, most of the aspirations also liked Glory. They didn't approve of me growing apart from her and from the heart. They had no suspicions about MK at all.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So which way are we going? Are we going the power route? Or are we going the bond route? What kind of oracle was she? Do you wish to compare yourself to your predecessor? Does she have regrets? Everyone living with other people has them, but hers must be something to hear. I don't know that I really care to compare. Like, I don't know that I really need to know about what kind of oracle she was. I feel like I want to know if she's had regrets. But then, did you ask all you wanted? How does she feel now? Maybe you should talk about something else before. Regrets for not signing up for Chaos, clearly. For not signing up? No. No, does she have regrets for the pathway that she, like, does Ursula have regrets is what this is about. About whether or not she regrets taking the pathway that she did. Interesting. Tough choice. I mean, no, I think we're going to go with if she has regrets. Let's find out if she's had regrets. Ursula takes a moment to reflect. Her thoughts seem to be miles away.
Regrets were for other people. I moved by instinct.
Okay, she has no regrets, apparently. Her voice feels tired for a moment. Instinct. The word feels like it's been heavy to carry around. The words that come after are equally as worn. She finds excuses for Chaos, what they did. But I can tell she's moved by the idea of what the world could have been without their love affair. I'm not sure I've ever seen her this vulnerable. It's sobering.
Things never end well for humans playing God, and they did not end well for me. Chaos deserved better. They deserved a chance to become the heart, and I let my emotions cloud my judgment.
She drops her eyes to the floor for a moment. But then she's back in the room, staring at me with those piercing eyes.
We did everything we
Okay. Interesting. Then I guess the thumbnail for my YouTube stream was a good choice. Having chaos smack on the front. I had a feeling I did the right thing there. I made the right choice in characters to add to the thumbnail. Alright, so it looks like we have to play this inevitable node in order to unlock this one. So let's jump into how does she feel now. It's nice. Chaos says it's nice to ask, do you think she longs for me? I long for her. Chaos longs for Ursula. An aspiration, longing for a human. This story is just, it's great, but it's also very, you know, intriguing. Like, it's like, wow. I never thought a story like this could go on. I could totally watch a movie of this. This could be a really great movie, honestly. It would be really awesome. Alrighty. Let's jump in. Ursula's expression is difficult to read. A spark of impatience glitters in her eyes.
Like someone who was interrupted in the middle of a very successful plan.
Mother.
I understand you were worried, but I told you I missed Reverie, had plans for it, and did not want to be pursued. My other feelings are none of your concern.
Oh, she's mad. She won't say anything more. I've pushed her a bit too far. Okay. She's angry. Okie dokie. We can't play this route, though. We can't play this inevitable node. I wonder... I think we can still play this one, no? Yeah. Oh, no, we can't. It's locked. Okay, never mind. And this one's also locked. Okay, I suppose we made our choice? The only reason why I say... Oh, I mean... I can't go back. Alright. Yeah. Sorry, friends. We're not going to be able to find out what... We're not going to be able to find out what her relationship with Chaos was like. So, I guess we're moving on. We weren't able to unlock... Yeah, we weren't able to unlock it. Oh, I see. If we wanted to play through... Okay. If we wanted to play through that one, then we had to play through the power and the bond routes. We had to play through those two and not the middle one. Them's the breaks, I suppose. Alright. We are moving on. Saving Reverie. She suddenly looks at me with sadness. And this is going to unlock a couple of other pathways, which it's not going to make much of a difference if for the first side, for the right side, but it'll unlock the main story pathway that we need to continue with. So let's jump in. Ursula tells me that when she was the Oracle, she eventually spent more time in Reverie than in Brittle. She believed that helping the aspirations cooperate, encouraging them to act on humanity was the best way forward.
For a while, I intended to return to Reverie to make amends, to ask them to forgive me. When I was cast out, I felt like I had lost everything, and that never quite faded away. But right now, Reverie needs to be saved. MK has tightened its hold on Reverie. I'm worried about Glory. And yes, I did want to be reunited with Chaos. That, I acknowledge, may sound silly to you, but it isn't to me. I'm not asking you to understand or even to respect it.
Okay. Alright, we have Finally gone through that section, and now we can continue on with... Oh, why is it doing that? Okay. We can continue on with the end of Glory. Ursula explains her plan. Alright, let's go. Ursula takes a long breath. She tells me she's going to explain what happened in more detail.
You have questions, of course. And I expect you've received some information you hardly know how to handle. I will explain in greater detail, but I ask that you don't interrupt me for the time being.
I nod. This is familiar territory. We went over the don't interrupt me directive often enough while I was growing up.
Shortly before I was made to leave Reverie, MK managed to locate an access point to Reverie. At the time, I had no clue how they had done it. Glory didn't see an issue. Quite the contrary, in fact. She had brought so much progress to humanity, she thought the two worlds merging was the natural next step. So, she began to help them. Glory acted as the most potent influencing tool you can imagine. She made people want more, always more. She predicted the future and swayed their dreams.
Okay. My discussion with Chaos is starting to make more sense.
I already hated MK. They were turning Athena into some kind of grotesque amusement park. It was all about expensive products, new technologies, influence, and appearances.
Okay.
They raised the cost of everything, while their employees struggled to survive on minimum wage.
Governments, eh?
And now, they own half of Athena. They have direct control of entertainment and advertisements, so we are under their thumb.
Know that feeling.
People give them money, labor, opportunity. All MK offers in return is an illusion. Monoconcern sells them a dream at an impossible price. That they can one day reach the life they aspire to, a life filled with leisure and success. A life where they will be wanted. A life with meaning and purpose.
Is it though?
In reality, this success is only to be enjoyed by a few. The rest of us are condemned to inadequacy.
Okay.
Condemned to work and push forward, only to realize we'll never be enough. Never reach the dream dangling like a carrot on a stick, because it does not exist.
Talk about inadequacy. This speech is the most my mother has deigned to speak to me in years.
And now MK cannot be stopped. I know they corrupted Glory. And while Glory is in power, people cannot outgrow that dream.
Okay.
Aspirations send dreams to people. They inspire goals. People won't stop yearning for more while Glory reigns. And now, she is little more than MK's puppet.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we found out a little bit about Glory. We need to stop her, by the sounds of things. All right, so we're moving in to the beast with two heads. Ursula finally opens up. But now what? All right, let's go. I tell Ursula about the situation in Reverie.
The other aspirations are worried about Glory. They can't reach her at all.
They're right to worry. I don't know what MK's modified egregor is doing to her, but she's likely not in good shape. No matter what you'll do next, Polyhymnia, I must warn you, I aim to continue with my plan.
Okay.
I want Glory deposed, and I want MK out of Reverie.
For the first time since the beginning of this conversation, I can hear the aspirations whispering at the back of my mind. Alrighty. That's a lot of information to take in. Holy moly, what a speech. Man, Ursula's really gung-ho about her plan. She really wants to go ahead with it. Okay. So we've unlocked a few options that we can choose from. We can either go with pity for the selfish. I know more about Ursula's and Jade's relationship. Oh, actually, we can play through all three of them, it seems. Huh. We can play all three. Nice. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. I don't have 2 Chaos Crystals. I only have 1 Chaos Crystal, I just realized. So we won't be able to play that one, by the sounds of things. This one we can. Trust isn't built on lies. MK and Reverie are far more related than anticipated. So we can play through this one. And we can play through this one. Affection despite the trouble. Ursula told me how she feels about her plan. Which means that we won't be able to play through How Was Reverie before. Because we don't have enough Chaos Crystals in order to play through this one. Which kind of sucks, because I am kind of curious about how Reverie was before. Dang. Yeah, I don't have enough... Oh, wait, no, hold on. I can play it. What am I doing? What am I saying? Ah, you know what it is. I must have... Oh, never mind. Hold on. I just realized something. I must have hovered over the wrong one. So, we can play through 3. We can play through all 3 of the ones that we've unlocked so far. That's good. Okay. Pity for the selfish. I know more about Ursula's and Jade's relationship. So we've got a Bliss Crystal. So we can play through this one. We can play through Trust Isn't Built on Lies, which is the Truth Crystal. And then Affection Despite the Trouble, which is the Bond Crystal. And then we'll have unlocked How Was Reverie before. We can play through that. Cool. All right. Me and my attention to detail is not great these days. Bliss's unbreakable egg. This is Bliss's room. It's kind of cool. Bliss tucks her gamepad into one of her voluminous pockets and cocks her head to one side, thinking. All right. Sanctuaries. This is Bliss's sanctuary. Nice. The world of Bliss lies under a protective shell. Only in this untouched space can she retain her innocence and joy, or so she says. The egg first appeared within the void of the first ages of Reverie, a shelter from the storm of raw nightmares of old. Bliss was born there from the first dream of Hearth. With the help of the first oracle, Bliss expanded the egg significantly since then, adding more and more gadgets inside and protective devices outside. It kind of looks cool and cute on the outside. I like it.
I understand. I'd have been gutted to be cut out of Reverie. I mean, it's much more fun here, and Ursula loved us. But she didn't think about us. We starved without an oracle to bring us a Gregor. And no Gregor means we're half the aspirations we used to be, Sprout. Sucks though. I feel sorry for her.
Interesting. Okay. Ursula isn't surprised to hear this.
Do you think I have no self-awareness? I know I was selfish. But I felt like I had lost everything. I didn't think I'd refuse to let go of my ties to Reverie. But I did.
Okay. Alright, so we've played through that one. Now let's play through Trust Isn't Built on Lies. Truth's Buried Temple. Alright, we're back here again. Despite their usual icy aloofness, Truth seems vulnerable. Their stare is piercing, as though they're trying to compensate for what they can't see.
Be careful with her, Harmony. Your mother is a human playing God. She and Chaos threaten the very balance of Reverie. And now look at us. Uneven. Discordant. I forgive Chaos for imprisoning me. It is their nature. But to see how little our former Oracle has changed, it saddens me.
Oh. Ursula isn't surprised by Truth's reaction. She smiles a little. I don't tell her that Truth sounds a bit intimidated.
Truth is certainly hoping you don't turn out to be a copy of your mother.
I don't think we need to worry about that. No. Alright, and now we can play through Affection Despite the Trouble. We're down at Bondsmarsh. Bond studies us both with keen attention to detail.
You may think your mother is selfish, Harmony, but her intentions are noble.
Really?
She wants the best for all of our futures. I don't think I've ever met an Oracle so keen on helping Reverie and Brittle.
Yeah, but...
Your mother wanted us all to work together for the greater good.
Greater good.
But her long-term vision required short-term sacrifices.
The greater good. I relay Bond's message, and Ursula is visibly moved.
Bond was always very dear to my heart. I am glad to hear even an echo of his voice again.
Okay. Alright. We have now unlocked the pathway that we wanted to take in the first place. I'm just wondering... Oh, we can play through this one and it'll unlock one of the other sides as well. So let's... Oh, we can't play it. It's locked. Okay. Never mind. Alright, we're going to be playing through one of these ones. How was... Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay. So, alright. Time to make a decision, friends. Admit her plan was good. Bliss, true or not. People like being told they're doing the right thing. Makes them happy. We have to have a truth crystal here, but we'll also lose that truth crystal, and yet we'll gain a bliss crystal. That's the consequence for that one. Or forgive Ursula. Power. Don't do it for her. Don't do it for anyone else than yourself, or it will just be hollow. So we have the conditions we need is to have a bond crystal, but we're also going to lose that bond crystal to gain a power crystal. Okay. What do we want? Do we want the truth? Do we want truth? Do we want to admit her plan was good? Or forgive Ursula? And my battery is about to die. One moment, friends, while I find something to plug it in with. Dun 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. I just need to get this charged. Ooh. Is this gonna work? Sorry, friends. I just wanted to see if I could get my cable to charge. My cable to work to get my controller to charge. It's all good. I've got it plugged in. It is now charging. Thank you very much. I just wasn't sure because I was trying to plug it into different places. I wasn't sure whether, because it's a USB-C to USB-C cable, whether it would connect and start charging my controller through my laptop, because I've got my laptop open here. Which, speaking of, I just want to see how much power I've got left on my laptop there. I've still got time. All right, we're good. Okay. Oh, what's going on? All right, where am I? All right, what was the decision we were going to make? Are we going to admit her plan was good, or are we going to forgive her? All right, what was the decision we've decided to make? I mean, true or not, people like being told they're doing the right thing. Makes them happy. So we can either make Ursula happy by telling her that what she was doing seemed like the right thing to do, or we forgive her. No forgiveness. Don't do it for her. Don't do it for anyone else than yourself, or it will just be hollow. So we're saying we're telling her that her plan was good. Is that what you're saying, Antics? Tell her that her plan was good. I guess we can go with that. It just means that we're gonna lose a truth crystal here. But I kind of feel like if I was in Polly's shoes, I don't think I'd want to forgive my mum for doing that and being like, "Hey, I was doing this to save Reverie, but it was also a selfish thing where I also wanted to be with Chaos." and I wasn't planning on returning back home. I was going to stay in Reverie. So I don't know I don't know that I'd forgive her though. But her plan just, yeah, I don't know. Ugh, this is a tough one. All right, let's just admit that her plan was good and see what happens. Ursula was selfish, but she was trying to achieve something, to shake things up. I guess we should at least give her that.
I know we were upset, but we do know you were trying to achieve an important goal. I've just felt all over the place ever since I discovered Reverie. Your disappearance, MK, the way Atina's changed. It's a lot to take in.
She seems to understand. I'm surprised. She's looking at me differently now. Not the look she normally gives me, but I look like I'm her daughter.
You're being honest with yourself. And with me. I'm glad.
I just hope she'll do the same. Alright, so we made the right decision, it seems. Alright, now can we play this one? We cannot. Oh, what? But it said... Oh. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I keep reading these pathways incorrectly. I'm not paying attention very well, am I? How many... What did I need? I needed 2 chaos crystals in order to have been able to unlock this particular node to then be able to play through how was Reverie before, which means we just continue on. I'm sorry, friends. Ursula ends the conversation. You had your fun, Polly, but your time is up. All right, let's go. Whatever vulnerabilities I've managed to expose seem to disappear as Ursula regains her usual level of strict composure.
At least my time at MK HQ gave me an idea of what to do next. I'm not ready to share it yet. We'll discuss it tomorrow.
Okay.
After what you did, I'm certain MK knows we're onto them.
Uh-oh.
Get ready, Polyhymnia. You probably won't need to keep your secrets much longer.
Oh, dang.
We're going to need all the help we can muster.
That's gonna be an interesting conversation with the family. Okay. So, we have unlocked 2. No, we have not unlocked 2. We have only unlocked 1 of the objective nodes. And that is Ursula takes my hand. Bliss. Whoa, looks like she's finally coming to her senses. Bond will be happy. We have a Bond crystal and a Bliss crystal for this. And we'll gain 10 Bliss crystals and 10 Bond crystals. So that is interesting. We're taking it. It's a little bit of a longer path to get to the end of the chapter. All right, let's jump in to this one. Because we don't have a choice, because we couldn't unlock the other ones. Suddenly, Ursula looks weary. The conversation seems to have exhausted her. She slips her hand into mine, squeezing hard. Is that a tear glistening in the corner of her eye?
I'm sorry.
I feel like she's finally allowing herself to let her guard down.
I suppose the Orgrill told you how to give me the courage to be vulnerable. I could hold it against you. It's rather manipulative. But I've never really opened up to you, have I? I'm glad you're still trying to understand me, even though I don't deserve it.
Okay. Cool. Moving on. Excuse me while I sneeze. I don't have 2 chaos crystals, so we can't play through perfectly balanced. So we have no choice but to go through new horizons. This is the beginning of a much broader quest. All right, let's go. Ursula stands up.
You've set foot on a cosmic path, but you've only just begun. And now you know you have an enemy to face to preserve Reverie and Brittle.
Mm-hmm.
How you accomplish this is up to you alone. I have my own ideas about how to proceed. I'd like us to work together. But again, that's up to you.
Okie dokie. She walks me to the door. I'm not sure what to think. You really need chaos in your life. Do I, though? Do I? All right, we're ending the chapter. And we're moving in to chapter 2. The Peaceful Illusion. Yana's warning. Something wakes me up in the middle of the night. There's a buzz at my side. I pull myself out of bed and take a quick look at the time. 4 a.m. I grab my phone. Yana, I need to see you now. My heart skips a beat as I text them back. The beach, 20 minutes. Everyone does. A little bit of chaos, maybe. Siema's Creek. Outside, the air is slightly chilly. Apart from the waves crashing onto the sand, the island is quiet.
Listen, I don't have long.
Good morning to you too.
What happened at the ruins? It's causing a stir. A big one.
Uh-oh.
MK's going to strike back. If so, we're ready. No, Polly, you don't understand. They're out for blood. For real.
Uh-oh.
Do they know about our connection? I don't think so. I managed to delete our last conversation, and they don't have any reason to suspect me.
Well, that's good. They came closer. I wish I could reach out and touch them.
MK wasn't always like this. They're a huge corp, but they had systems in place to protect civilians. What's changed then? Because look around. Look at what's happening. People have good reason to hate them. A few years ago, they started pouring a ton of money and energy into the Oxian ruins. Like they were steering the ship in a new direction.
Okay.
And MK's a big ship. You can't turn it around in one night.
I realize I've never seen Yana this uncertain, but they're maintaining their composure, even if their job may be in jeopardy in the future.
They call it Project Loom.
Project Loom. Somewhere out there, a marketing intern's just gotten their wings.
Okay, not the reaction I was expecting. Did you know about this? I might have had an inkling. Don't ask. Seriously. Well, whatever you did down there in the temple, it's messed with their plans.
They grab my hand.
I needed to warn you now because I can't be seen here. I can't see you. Not for now. I need to lie low for a while, but I'll try to do as much as I can to help you all from where I am. Thank you, Yana. It means a lot.
They flash me a smile and immediately turn and walk away. I stand there alone for a solid minute. Project Loom. Yana. whatever happened to Ursula, I need advice. I need... What do we need? Reverie. All the aspirations are here, gathered around the heart. Glances, smiles, awkward looks. The tension is thick. It's 4 a.m. No one needs to see someone at 4 in the bloody morning. Well, if you're in a life and death situation like this, I feel like you would need to get your butt out of bed to have chats for something as important as this. Don't you think, Antonio?
My mother was right. Glory and MK are working together.
A murmur ripples around the group.
I don't have all the details, but it can't be a coincidence. Whatever's happening to my island is because of Glory.
Glory.
Has anyone got a camel handy? I just found this lovely straw.
Uh-oh. Here's chaos.
She must be found and listened to before we do anything that cannot be undone. We have no idea what is happening in her sanctuary.
She may be a prisoner, or she could be manipulating people from beyond Reverie.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Sounds like someone needs to break into that little sanctuary of hers.
Oh.
Don't be stupid. That's impossible.
I raise my arms, requesting silence. It's time for me to make a decision and choose a path. It's time to make a decision, people. All right. Here we go. Antonio, you're going to be very biased, I know. Are we going with hear the other aspirations? What other way do they offer? Or do we listen to chaos? They seem to have a good idea of what's going on. What are we thinking? Oh, even Sam's coming in with the chaos. You want us to go via chaos? The chaos path, listen to chaos and just infiltrate Glory's sanctuary? I'm giving a bone to my auntie. Hear the other aspirations. I mean, the other aspirations might have another idea on how to find a way in. But, me? Never. Of course you're biased. Chaos? I will admit, and this is staying on stream here. It's not going anywhere else. Don't go bringing it into any other place. We'll leave whatever happens in stream stays in stream right here, right now. I'm going to tell you. Chaos does look a little hot. Kind of growing on me. Oh my gosh. All right, we're listening to chaos. Fine. I have a feeling that of all the aspirations, chaos is the only one I can turn to. Yeah.
Chaos? What are you thinking? Why can't we get into Glory's sanctuary?
I get the feeling the others don't appreciate the priority I'm giving chaos.
We aspirations have one golden rule. One. Each sanctuary is protected, private, a special place that no other can enter uninvited.
Okay. This is true.
You may have noticed, but we're all unique. Some more than others. But each aspiration's sanctuary is their fortress.
Okay.
So, how do we get into Glory's?
We can't. But you can. As the Oracle, you have access to all our homes, whether we like it or not.
Oh, this is true.
There's a catch.
Oh, okay.
Catch.
All right.
Whatever those awful boars over at MK have done, it's sealed off Glory's sanctuary in a way that we've never seen.
Okay.
Sealed it off even from the Oracle.
Oh, that sucks.
So what? That's it? Game over?
Oh, no, not at all. By injecting a huge amount of raw energy into the, let's call it the barrier that's surrounding Glory, you could break into her sanctuary.
Okay.
The energy required, that amount of egregor, it could wound her severely. Kill her, perhaps.
Oh, no. We don't want to kill her.
This is madness. We exist because we work together. You know what happens when the balance is compromised. You've seen it before.
Indeed. Hard to forget who you became for a while, Power.
Okay. Whatever the history is between these two, it's getting in the way of solving our problem.
Enough! We need to find a way to help Glory without destroying her sanctuary. Or her...
Yes, this is true. Silence falls. After a few moments, Bond speaks up.
I believe Chaos is right.
Oh! Bliss and Power can't hide their surprise. Only Truth seems to know where this is going.
We exist together. We are concepts, ideas, humanity's collective pasts, presents, and futures. Balance is not a purpose. It is a state. We lost it. We can find it again.
See? Even the tree hugger thinks I'm right.
Tree hugger?
Please. I need a minute to think, to digest everything you've said, to find a way to follow this plan.
It's barely a plan at all.
I touch the necklace.
Don't do anything while I'm away.
Okay. I knew I liked your koala. Look, I will admit, a little bit of chaos is okay. A little bit of chaos. I'm back at the Naiads. The sun's up now. The city's starting to awaken. There's so much to do, so much to think about. The aspirations may not be united, but I know they can support me, because I can't do this alone. All right. That was a long one. All right. We're jumping into break out the news. Chaos. You're not expecting half of what's going to happen. We're going to gain a crystal, a chaos crystal here. And this is going to unlock what? It's going to unlock 2 nodes. Well, it's going to reveal 2 nodes at least. And then we'll figure out where we're going to go from there. All right, let's jump in. I step inside. The day is off to as normal a start as possible. Laszlo's brewing a coffee and chatting with Jade. Nora's complaining about the early alarm call. Omar and Ursula are going over the notebook, rebinding its pages. I wave to my mother, beckoning her over. She stands and walks away from Omar. Nobody seems to notice.
Is everything all right? You seem...
Yana came by. They say MK's out for blood. Their words.
And strong words they are.
She seems to be thinking hard. Our discussion changed a lot of things. There's still a distance between us, but also a new kind of relationship.
I think perhaps it's time. No more secrets. No more hiding.
Oh!
Are you comfortable sharing everything? Here. Now.
We're about to reveal everything that we know? Comfortable? What a strange concept. The world might be coming to an end, and we're discussing comfort. But I nod and she claps her hands, calling everyone over.
We have something we need to discuss today.
She's not lying. The next half hour is a deluge of new information for Jade, Nora, Laszlo, and Omar. The four of them stay silent, learning about aspirations, sanctuaries, hearts, and cycles. About another world. About what's coming for us.
I know that's a lot to take in, and I'm sorry I hid it all from some of you.
Looking at you, Nora. She's probably the only person in the room who didn't see this coming. Gee, that kind of feels like someone who had to hide something from all of you. Moving on.
There's an emergency. One of the aspirations, Glory, is trapped. We need to save her. We don't have all the facts, but we think MK's been using her powers to look into the future, all possible futures, and to grow strong, rich. They had all the power in the world, and they chose greed, suffering.
Okay.
We need to move on them. The company and the aspiration are linked, one way or another.
With enough energy, enough egregor, we can blast our way into Glory's sanctuary, for want of a better term.
Yeah.
I will admit the prescience may be affected by this release of energy. Needless to say, it will be a very delicate operation, and it will require organization.
Yep. Okay. For a moment, no one says anything. Then Jade stands. Slowly, her hands trembling, she starts to speak.
Whatever's going on in your head, whatever happened in the ruins, I don't believe a word of this.
Okay. Had a feeling.
Let's imagine the last hour wasn't everyone losing their collective mind. Let's say you're right, and everything you've told us is true. What exactly are we going to do?
It takes Ursula a second to find the right words.
From what I've gathered, the prescients collect and attract a certain type of energy. We want to change where the energy is directed. It might be difficult since they've been trained to do it a certain way, again and again.
What do you mean, difficult? Will it hurt them?
Potentially.
So, you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, huh? Sacrifice the few for the many, blah, blah, blah.
She's angry. Her cold anger is slowly transforming into something else.
No, we're going to act. All of us, together.
We need everybody's help.
Jade takes a few steps, then heaves a loud sigh.
My investigation is ready to go live. If we push it out today, we could change the way this island sees MK.
That would undoubtedly make a difference. But will it be enough?
Yeah.
It's still playing by their rules. I've done that many, many times. It's time for something different. Something riskier and...
She stops.
I'm sorry. My intention wasn't to make you uncomfortable. I
need a minute.
She steps out. Everybody's watching. I avoid my mother's eyes. That was tough. I'm glad my mother was able to see how she sounded. But something's bothering me. I still don't know where I'm going with all this, and it feels wrong. Okay. Right. So, why are we not able to... Hold on. Oh, it's timed. I need to be able to unlock it, I need to play through 2 more nodes. And I'm also going to lose a bliss crystal, which I don't really have, but I don't think it really matters. Alright, so I guess the only path we can take right now is the confab. Everyone has an opinion about this. And it's going to reveal 2 nodes along the way. Alrighty. Interesting. Alright, let's go. I give everyone a quick smile and suggest we take a break. Nora disappears to her room without giving me so much as a backward glance. Laszlo and Omar stay where they are. I guess they're buddies now? I turn to my mother.
How are you feeling?
I've been grappling with this knowledge my entire life, you know. And today, for the first time, it felt good to have someone on my side. Not just knowing, but acting.
That's probably the nicest thing she'll ever say to me.
But I regret the way I spoke to Jade. She's done so much for this community, and I respect her work. It's just that...
She breaks off
I don't want to
abruptly.
influence you. I don't want to influence anybody.
I'll have a chat with them. Don't wander off, okay?
She smiles as I step away from her. Alrighty. Now, we've got a few decisions to make. I don't know if I can actually play through. I think we can. I'm pretty sure we can play through these. Alright. We have 4 options. And it looks like we need all 4 in order to continue on. So I don't know why I'm continuing on with this conversation. We're just going to play through them anyway. Alright. But maybe the choice is... Which one do we start with first? Who wants to go with power first? Jade wants to leave. She wants to fight fair. I understand that. Alright. Or do we start with Nora is anxious? Do we start with Jade? Do we start with Nora, Laszlo, or Omar? So if we go with Jade, Jade wants to leave. We go with Nora, she's anxious, and Bliss is saying, why would you hurt people? She sure doesn't want to. If we go with Laszlo, Laszlo is torn. Truth, he's trying to be as unbiased as he can. Or if we go with Omar first, Omar's prediction, he knows a lot about history. He knows what's likely to happen. I know that we're going to play through all of them anyways, like regardless. I only care for chaos decisions. Well, there's no chaos decision here. Alright, you know what? I feel like we need to speak to Jade first, since Jade was the one that needed to step out because she doesn't believe in everything that Polly and Ursula has just said. That information overload. She's having a hard time believing it, but she has her own plan and she wants to go ahead with that. We need to go speak to her and understand where her mind's at and maybe try to calm her down or try to persuade her in our way. That I has no say. All right, let's just jump into let's start with Jade. We'll start with Jade. Jade's all by herself outside. I give her a wave before heading over to join her.
It's a lot. Yeah?
I don't know, Polly. Reverie? Aspirations? A guy called Bond? Yes, it's a lot. Not as much as your mother's unhinged plan, though.
She's not furious. She's...
Cold. Frozen, even. She's drained from all this, and now she has seen the crossroads ahead. Her loyalty to her own beliefs.
Power fades away as I get closer to Jade.
What you've done with your investigation is incredible. Seriously.
My awe is genuine. Nora talked about it so much that I went ahead and read the whole thing for myself.
But
No buts. For real.
She looks at me for a moment.
your mother's going to hurt people. People from the community. Friends. She's using MK's own tactics against them. That goes against everything I believe in. Everything. MK's been hurting people for their own gain. They've bribed every official on this island to keep it quiet. It has to end. And it won't if we have to become them to stop them.
Yeah. I see her eyes moisten just a tad. I can feel Power's influence at work here, enveloping Jade in a distinctive aura.
If you back your mother's plan, I'm out. I can't do it, Polly. I just can't.
Power was right. This is a line Jade won't cross.
I understand. I do. Truly. This whole ordeal has been like turning a mirror on my own convictions. I have to pick a side.
I hate picking sides.
Always have to pick a side, Polly. Always.
Ah,
And I've picked mine.
dang it. Picking sides. It's not what I want to do. Okay. Let's go check on Nora. We're just going to go in order and just go from left to right. Oh, keep on smiling. Collect 20 bliss crystals. Yay. By the way, Koala, I have a surprise for you. Oh, no. I don't know that I want to know. I bet you it's that clip that I mentioned about chaos. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. Yep, there it is. I had a feeling. Oh boy, oh boy. On my way to Nora's room, I spot her sitting on the diving board.
Hey. Ready to talk?
She looks up at me fearfully, like I'm an intruder in my own home.
Talk. That's what we're gonna do after all that. Talk.
I can't even imagine what she's thinking. The clip demon still holds his crown. It's a cardboard crown, but 'tis mine.
Her mind's blown. Well and truly blown. Can't exactly blame her, can you? If I found out there was another world beyond Brittle and Reverie, well, my mind would probably be blown too.
Yeah. Out, Bliss. Give me a second with Nora. Hey, that Burger King crown is very handsome.
Yeah. That was a proper coming of age scene back there. Even for me. I'm so tired, Nora. Not as much as Jade, maybe. But I am tired. I just want to crawl under a blanket and sleep forever.
But you can't.
No. I can't. Because the stakes are too high for that.
And it's all true.
Every single word. Reverie, the aspirations, Holly the Oracle.
And Ursula knew? All this time?
Looks like it.
So you lied to me.
This.
No. We couldn't just blurt it all out to anyone. It wasn't the right time.
And when would the right time have been? After Ursula killed herself? What if something happened to you at MKHQ?
Nora, I didn't think about...
Stop. Just stop.
You're right. Of course you are.
I know we've been apart for a while, but I'm still me. I wish you'd known. You could trust me.
Aww. I move to sit beside her as she scooches off the diving board and onto the lip of the pool.
I'm sorry.
She lays her head on my shoulder.
I know. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. We sit in silence for a while, legs dangling. The sunlight casts shadows across the room that shift as time rolls on.
Using the prescience is a mistake. I'm with Jade on that.
I smile. When she was younger, Nora was always something of a follower. It's good to see her stand her ground.
Because she's standing up for what's right, but also because I can feel something inside me. You know that MK job I told you about? That was connected to that feeling.
Oh?
Prescience?
I don't know what that would even feel like. I'm scared, Paul.
I pull her to my side. I'm realizing how similar we are and how incredibly different. But with our secrets shared, their weight is divided. They settle as lighter truths.
It's okay. I am too.
We sit there a while longer, watching the shadows shift. After a while, she nudges me. She needs some alone time. That's understandable. I pull myself out of my thoughts, leaving Nora to hers. Okay. Yeah. It makes sense that Nora's scared. After all that information she just received. A time to talk and one to act. Alright. We're gaining crystals here. It's time to move on with Laszlo. Let's see. Let's see what Laszlo has to say. Laszlo is waiting for me.
Hey.
He beckons me over with a jerk of his head.
Quite the family meeting.
Not your average tete-a-tete, no. How's it all sitting with you?
Strangely. I'm not surprised, I don't think. Appeased, maybe. Your mother and I have always been very truthful with each other. She has her life, and I have mine.
Okay.
This explains a lot.
It's like he's got a bit of relief in him. The smile on his face is heavy and sad.
Still stings, though.
Yeah.
For the record, I'm sorry I couldn't say anything. I wanted to. You have no idea how much I wanted to.
Oh no, it's not your fault. It's foolish, really. Just a whole side to your mother I never knew.
Yeah.
I was watching her face while you were laying everything out. There was a joy there. A sparkle in her eyes I haven't seen since...
Yeah.
Well, made me a little sad, is all. That I can't be part of it. That side of her.
No, he still loves her.
Oh, Laszlo.
I move in for a hug and squeeze him hard around the waist. He squeezes back. When we break apart, he wipes his eyes on the back of his hands.
Now comes the hard part, of course. I can't help but think Jade has the right of it. Her investigation is the push this community needs. It'll open people's eyes, get things going.
He puts his hand on mine, swallowing it up. His eyes dart away from me.
But you're going to follow Ursula?
I've known your mother longer than I've known almost anyone. Every time I've seen her like this, with this much determination, she was right.
Interesting.
Every single time. I can't say I understand everything that's going on. Dimensions, otherworldly beings, oracles. But I know MK has ground this island to dust.
Yeah.
If Ursula says she knows how to fix that, well, I trust her. I love her.
Yeah, there it is. He smiles again.
Look at me. I should be the one asking after you. All of this seems like a lot, Polly.
It is, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a bit mind-blowing. The whole shaping the fate of the world thing is daunting. But it's like trying to picture winning the lottery, you know? Impossible to actually comprehend.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Trusting those around me and make the best choices I can.
Makes sense.
I know you'll do us proud. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to have a chat with your mother. Make the best choice I can.
I let him walk away. He looks more determined now.
Split between love and his own morality.
True.
Not an envious position, but he bears it well. You are lucky to have someone like him, Harmony.
Hmm.
His kind are all too rare these days.
True again. Holy moly. Alright. We got one more to jump into, and that's Omar's prediction. Let's go. Ooh, the music. Omar is busy with his notebook, writing as fast as humanly possible.
Did you get all of that?
Every single word. Amazing.
Oh, wow, okay. His pockets, he pockets his pen and notebook, his eyes fixed on me.
It's all true, Polly. Everything the Oxyons believed in.
Oh, wow, he's excited.
I've noticed.
It's like waking up and being told all of your imaginary friends are real. Her words, your stories, they're connected to so much Oxyon writing.
He takes a deep breath. I can see him curbing his own enthusiasm.
But all of that is for later. Right now, well, I guess you have a choice ahead of you. Oracle.
I don't feel much like an oracle. All I see are bits and pieces. Potential footpaths, not roads.
Hey, Stuffity, welcome to the stream. How you doing, friend? Hope you're well. Can we get a shout out for Stuffity, please? He's been doing the streamies, but he's also released a game. For those of you who don't know, if you haven't already, Sugar Jar is now out on early access. You can go and check it out right now on Steam. And it's not gonna break your bank. It's actually a pretty good game. It's very cute. Very heavily inspired by Suika game. Only instead of it being fruit, it's cakes and cookies and macarons and chocolate chips and oh my goodness, it is the sugar high you didn't think you needed. Definitely go check it out.
No, because you use
Oh,
this one
boy.
across.
Give me a second. Hold on.
We left it up there.
I didn't realize this was over here. That's all good. Go check out Sugar Jar on Steam right meow. How you doing, friend? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good afternoon so far. Alrighty, let's continue on with the story.
That's more than the rest of us. And it's going to be crucial for what's ahead. But more importantly, how are you?
Relieved. Keeping it all from everyone was rough.
But you had to. Of course you had to. And I'm happy you thought to include me as a confidant.
Omar, I know you're new around here, but you're a part of this. And I'm happy to have you here.
Is he blushing? Omar? Now? I'm doing well. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. He smiles, composing himself.
So, I need to know where you're at. Which way you're leaning with all this.
Yes. Mono concern. Aspirations. This glory.
Yeah.
MK is a poison. Or the consequence of poison. The unchecked capitalism that it embodies is a death knell.
Yep.
Exponential growth is a myth. Eventually someone will feel the strain, and it won't be the executives.
Yep.
They have to be stopped. They must be stopped. First it was Athena. Now they've set their sights on the world. I have every respect for Jade and her work. She's brilliant, in a way. But we can't play by their rules. We've tried, and it does not work. To change the system, we need to destroy it. Ursula's plan is the most direct path to that end.
But my mother's idea is risky. People could get hurt. People could die.
Yeah.
We're talking about a revolution, Polly. And all revolutions have a price. Sometimes it's paid in suffering.
That sucks. This is a side of him I've never seen. Direct, aggressive, aggressive almost. I feel Bond's warmth surrounding us.
He speaks his mind and the truth.
You agree with him?
We stand on the cusp of a new era. Cohesion, connection, community. Sometimes the simplest methods are the best ones.
Bond's right, I know. But can I accept it? I wave goodbye to Omar and retreat to the kitchen. Oh man, we have a rough decision to make soon. Alright, we have an inevitable node that we must play. And then I'm hoping we can also play through this one on this side. So a time to talk and one to act. Bliss, please listen to everyone or they'll be hurt and hate you and never buy you pizza anymore. But the consequence to actually going into that is that we'll lose the Bliss Crystal. And then everyone has a say. Bond, now you feel like they're even more divided than you thought, don't you? This is an inevitable node, so we're going to have to play through this one before we can move to the other side. I hope that's the case. And we're going to lose a Bond crystal here. Alright. I guess we don't have a choice. Let's jump in. Time is running out. I've heard from everybody I needed to. Just as I'm about to complain about all the contrasting opinions, I hear Bond's voice behind me.
It looks like we agree, Harmony.
Two plans. Two completely opposing views.
Nothing good can come of this mess, Harmony. Nothing.
Jade's not staying if it's not on her terms, and I completely understand. Nora's made a difficult decision, and I completely understand. Laszlo and Omar want to follow Ursula, and I completely understand.
I've been chosen to make decisions, one way or another, in my world or yours.
If you take a side, this gathering of friends and family can only break further.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Can't afford to stand still. MK's getting ready to move against us, and Glory is trapped, or at the very least, under their influence.
So, what will you do?
I reply instantly. There's only one option I can see.
I'll pick a side.
I hate that. I hate that we have to pick a side. Alright, can we play this one? Oh, it's locked. Alright, we don't have a choice. We have to continue on. Alright. We have to make a choice, everybody. Help me out here. Do we go with... Alright, so this is gonna unlock 2 different pathways. Jade is right. Power. People like her the best. People like her make the best leaders. So we'll gain 5 power crystals here. Or Ursula's right. Chaos. Finally, you won't regret this, I promise. And we'll gain 5 chaos crystals. And I know that Antonio is going to turn around and be like, choose the one with chaos. But here's the thing. You need to understand that if we go with Ursula's plan, people are going to get hurt. And if we go with Jade's, and if we choose Jade's side, we have to find another way. But it's probably gonna be a lot harder. I have no context. I choose power. Thank you, Stephanie. Antics, of course, chooses just chaos. Sam is also choosing chaos. I guess that's 2v1. I'm just like, I'm worried about what's gonna happen. Meet Yana on the beach. What's the next bit here? Well, we can't go here. Reason with Omar. I need to have 3 chaos crystals. What is this going to give me? This is going to give me 5 chaos crystals, which will unlock Reason with Omar or Agree with Omar. I mean, it's going to unlock that, but it also means we'll have this option as well. But if we go this way, we meet on the beach with Yana. We'll gain power crystals. It'll unlock, give Yana some time, or refuse to delay. So there is another way. There is another way if we go with power. But if we go with chaos... I hate that I'm giving you all the power, ironically, to choose. Don't worry about it. The chaos is now. But we're trying to be different from Ursula. We don't want to be like the mum. Why are we still going ahead with chaos? Oh, the consequences are going to be very, very bad. I can just feel it. I mean, there's going to be less to choose from. It's more 50-50 choices from this pathway by the looks of it. We already met on the beach at 4 in the morning. Chaos. Chaos reigns. I guess I can play through this story all over again on my own terms and I make the decisions and see where it leads. So, I suppose for the stream side of things, let's jump into Ursula's right. Okay. Let's go. Something's new. Collect 20 chaos crystals.
Jade.
Interesting. Hold on. Go back. My mind's made up. We're better than her. She's old news.
Jade, I think we need to go with Ursula's plan.
It doesn't look like she was expecting that at all. She stands and opens her mouth to speak, then looks at Nora.
You were right after all.
She turns toward us, looks at Ursula, then at Omar, and finally at me.
Anger alone solves nothing. What matters is finding ways of dismantling the systems holding us down. That said, don't you dare let those people get hurt. Understood?
Prescient. I'll do everything I can to protect them.
She stares at me long enough that Nora reaches out to gently tug her hand. Loki is sitting here saying, "Chaos, Auntie Koala. Choose chaos." Of course Loki would. Little kitty of mischief. I hate confrontations. You have no idea how much I hate confrontations. It just... My gut gets all queasy when that happens. And I'm feeling it right now.
Come on.
They both leave, quietly, heads held high. Once they're gone, Omar stands as well.
Well, I know the situation is complicated, but Jade's right. We can't use the Prescient's lives as if they're worth nothing.
Yeah.
I know.
It's the first time she's spoken in a while. I didn't know my mother could be so quiet. The koala gives us power and then expects us to be better people and not choose power and destruction. The koala forgets we aren't better people. Always the chaotic routes with you two.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm simply stating we need to be extra careful. These are people we're talking about, not tools.
I know.
I promise Jade I'd protect the Prescients. But if it comes down to hurting them or abandoning our goal, which will I choose? I choose chaos regardless of the options. Don't need to bother reading the contract. Just signed. Okay. Now, do we agree with Omar? Do we reason with Omar? I think we agree with Omar. I don't want to be hurting people. I really don't want to be going out of my way hurting people. I really don't. So, we're going to go with agree with Omar. But what, Sam? Damage. Damage, tears. No. 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 We don't want pain or tears or damage. We don't need that. We don't want to be hurting people. No, I don't want to hurt people. I said. I do. Of course you do. You play through it and you make your own choices, Sam. I'm going to make the choice of I don't want to hurt people. Are they though? They're just ones and zeros in this context. Once we get sentient NPCs that can feel and be hurt, still chaos. You said this was my... I didn't say 100% it was your choice. I just wanted you to weigh in on some of them, especially the harder decisions. This one, I can clearly see I want to agree with Omar and be like, I don't want to hurt people. I really don't want to hurt people. Here, but here's the thing. If we go with reason with Omar, we lose a chaos crystal. Now, I don't think Antonio wants us to lose chaos crystals here, does he? I feel like Antonio would want to keep as many chaos crystals as possible. Am I wrong? Greedy. That's the antics way. Look, I'm trying to think like him in some respect. And I feel like this is what he would do. Ola gives us a choice, then gets upset. We make a choice that she doesn't like. We're agreeing with Omar. That's it. We're settled on that. We're going with that. I can feel Bliss next to me. That's comforting because I'm about to go against my mother.
I know you need to get this done, but please, Sprout. You've got to protect this lot the best you can.
Yeah, we do.
Omar's right. We need to make sure we're able to protect the prescients.
Yep, we do. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Ursula takes a step toward me for a minute. For a minute, I'm afraid things are about to go south. That's how things have always gone between us. The comments she'd make, the fights we'd have, but when she smiles, it feels different. Awkward, even.
I feel bad for Jade. I do.
She turns to Omar. It's a triple-edged sword. We want a double, but went extra cause reasons.
And you're right. We need to make sure the prescients are protected.
See? Even Ursula sees our way.
You and I should work on the ritual. Prepare ourselves for when Polyhymnia, Polly, is ready.
Laszlo clears his throat. I'd almost forgotten he was still here.
We can set you up in a room, temporarily, if that's all right with everyone.
It is, we all agree. Omar leaves, returning that afternoon with an overnight bag. Everything feels so quiet without Nora around, like there's an important piece of our family puzzle that's missing. Which there is, I suppose. Omar and Ursula want to talk about the ritual and the plan. They talk for a long time. I can't stop thinking about Nora and Jade. About how they left. About how they must be feeling.
I hope Polly realizes that.
Realizes what?
So you weren't listening. We were discussing your role while we're preparing the ritual.
Oh. What is Polly gonna do?
I was thinking about... Never mind. Go on.
The prescients are like a giant antenna. We need them so we can channel enough egregor into reverie.
Uh-oh.
And you'll work with Chaos to turn all that energy into an explosive of sorts.
Really?
A crude metaphor, but it will do for now. You will use this explosive to gain entry to Glory's sanctuary.
Okay. I don't like the way it's used. That word, explosive. Omar and Ursula return to more scholarly considerations, and I decide to leave them to it. But before I move away, I see Omar shoot me a look. You made the right choice, it says. I smile, but the weight is still there on my shoulders. We all have a lot on our plates. Especially Laszlo. He hasn't joined in the conversation. Instead, he's been busying himself about the house, cleaning, tidying. It's clear something's bothering him. Okay. Laszlo's dilemma. We're pretty close to the end of the chapter. We're going to try and blaze through as much of it as possible so that we can get to the end, because I need to wrap up stream soon so that I can get ready for the PlayStation Drive, which is in about an hour. So let's try and get through this as quickly as possible, as long as the story will allow us. As soon as I can manage it without being too obvious, I grab Laszlo's attention. We're outside, where the air is heavy and humid. In the distance, the sunlight glances off the waves. Laszlo shields his eyes from the glare.
Hey. Is there anything you wanted to say earlier?
Laszlo's always preferred bluntness. He lowers his hand.
I don't know, Polly. To be honest, I'm torn.
Torn?
I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm very proud of how you're handling this whole thing. But I worry about you. And it's difficult to see the family divided. And that's not even mentioning this plan, which I barely know what to make of it.
I can only nod along as he speaks. He talks about how I made the right choice, how direct action is sometimes the best. But I can feel his reservations.
You remember what I told you about my past?
You were a nurse, right? Before MK privatized the health system?
Before that, even. How I got here.
A dictatorship? War? Revolution?
Right. I was 6 years old when I arrived on Atina with my family, fleeing that mess. I understand the idea of necessary losses, sacrifices made for a greater cause. But now, there are too many unknowns. Too many innocent people like my Nora and Jade. I don't want their blood on my hands.
I grasp his shoulder, reflexively trying to communicate my feelings with the gesture. My own doubts about all of this.
I get it. You don't have to beat yourself up.
I want to lighten the mood, but I need to address this. Okay. Moving on. Alright. We can't dismiss Laszlo's doubts. Because we no longer have a bond crystal. We lost it. So we don't have a choice but to admit Ursula's plan is scary. I feel him. Alright, let's go. I let out a sigh. Quick, sharp.
I understand. Ursula's plan is kind of shitty.
He doesn't laugh or even move at all. The sun shines above us, regardless of our dark moods. A lone cloud drifts across the sky.
So, what do you want to do?
I look at him, look deep into his eyes.
I don't want to risk my granddaughter, not even for Ursula.
But he's still conflicted, unsure.
I'm sorry, Polly.
Don't be. It'll be all right.
But all this responsibility. You came here to help me and Nora when we needed it most, and now, well, I can't help but feel we're abandoning you.
Hey, you're not. It's okay.
Oh, and now my laptop's about to die. He smiles weakly. What? It's okay. All right. I can see the situation is tearing him apart. All I want to do is reach inside his mind and convince him it'll be okay. But I can't. I can't even convince myself. Okay. It seems like we can't play through because we don't tell him to stay with Ursula. Accept Laszlo's decision to go. This is what his heart wants. Who cares about the plan? We've got 3 chaos crystals. We'll gain truth and bliss crystals. Tell him to stay with Ursula. Can we even play that? No, we can't play that. So we have no choice. We have to play through this one because it's an inevitable node. So we have to accept Laszlo's decision to go. So it sounds like Laszlo is not going to be sticking around, which is a shame because we really appreciate his support. But unfortunately, he's very conflicted. So let's jump in. I know Laszlo. His mind's made up.
Go find Nora.
Yeah. He looks like a caged animal faced with an open door for the first time. Hesitant. Conflicted. There it is.
Ursula will understand. She might not like it, but she'll understand.
Yep.
She will.
Just keep an eye on her, okay?
Yep.
You know how she gets.
Mm-hmm. No more words are needed. She strides away from the house. All it took was a few minutes for the whole family to break apart. Then I feel them. Bliss to my right, truth on my left.
His absence weakens your position. A position that was shaky to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this, Sprout. Kinda like the vibes Jake was giving off.
Yeah, I know.
I've made my decision. For better or worse.
Yep. When I turn to the aspirations, they're gone. Only the barest trace of them lingers behind. Another aspiration has taken their place at my side. Chaos. Alright, here we go. Heading to Reverie. Chaos. I get it's nice to be nice, but that wasn't your best move. Who knows what he'll do now? We're losing 3 Chaos Crystals here. Here we go. Chaos's bedroom! It's a broken down motel. Oh my goodness. I follow the scent and end up in Chaos's sanctuary. Alright. Chaos's bedroom. A place in the void, home to forgotten dreams and impossible ideas. On the fringes of Reverie lies Chaos's ever-changing bedroom. It is almost never in the same place twice. Few aspirations dare stray this far from the heart of Reverie into unconsciousness. This is where Chaos thrives, surrounded by unborn dreams and lost memories. Here they can experiment as much as they please, building and destroying worlds on a whim, and minding their own business in this infinity they love so much. Sounds like a bedroom for antics.
Well, someone's been busy, haven't they?
Something's different about them. Are they annoyed?
If this is about Laszlo...
Oh, no, it couldn't possibly be about that. Not about you firing a lead performer the day before opening night.
Uh-oh.
No, not at all.
Chaos.
All right. I guess it's not as bad as all that.
They kick an errant bottle top, sending it skittering across the ground. Oof, this music, my goodness.
Nora's his granddaughter. I couldn't stand between them.
You really couldn't, could you? I must admit, against my better judgment, it is nice to see the two of them together. It does make everything that much harder, though. If there's one thing I know about this world, it's that a little tough love can go a long, long way.
I understand that.
Do you, I wonder? We'll see.
They snap their fingers and their sanctuary warps and fades. Ooh, this music. It's really good. I like it. For a brief moment, I wonder if I've made the right choice in siding with them. Yeah. I don't know that I would have made this decision, to be honest. But I let you all decide to make that decision. Start a fire. No matter what's next, we're getting somewhere now. In we go. Back at the Nexus. Here we are. I feel like I've done everything in my power to push us closer to our goal. Weakening MK, freeing Glory, healing Reverie and securing Brittle's future. The gears are turning, our plans already set in motion. The choices I've made ripple out around me, each shaping what's to come. I think I made the right decisions. I chose as best as I could, at least. All that's left to do is wait and see what happens. Okay, and that is the end of the chapter. that is the end of Act 3, Chapter 2. Let's have a look at the heart screen for a sec. Are we still... Okay, this hasn't updated. So we'll go back to the augural. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's stream, because I need to head out and get ready for the PlayStation Drive. Let's just quickly switch over. Alrighty. Get some music going. How we doing, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me in today's little journey of Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. I hope you had fun helping me make some decisions. Even if some of them didn't go through, I apologize. I had to go with my heart and my gut. But most of the decisions were made by you all. So thank you, everybody, for helping me out with that. The next stream, I'm not sure when it'll be. It'll most likely still be the same days as we've been going through. So it'll most likely be on Tuesday, and then Friday, and then Sunday again. But at this point, just keep an eye out for a post in the Discord for a schedule. You let us have the power, your fault. Yeah, for this first run, I'm letting you have some power. But when I play through it again, I'll be doing my own run. Okay, so, yeah. Just keep an eye out on the Discord for an announcement post of my schedule. I will have that up tonight, which will be in the morning for most of you. And hopefully it'll still be the same. We're going to keep playing through... We're going to keep playing through this game, like I said, throughout the streams. I feel like we're getting pretty close to the end here. We're definitely past the halfway point. So what we'll do is... I will still say that we're going to be playing this game throughout this coming week. But if we end up finishing if we end up finishing Harmony before the end of the week... then I'll have an impromptu game set up so that that we'll go through something that we can play through just randomly until I figure out what the next stream's game will be. So until we finish off Harmony, we're gonna keep playing this throughout the streams, and then yeah, if we end up finishing it early, I'll pick something random to play. We might even have a community game night day, depending on the length of the story that we've got left. But apparently, How Long to Beat said that it would take us 8 hours to finish the main story. But I think because I'm streaming it and taking a lot longer to play through it, it's definitely before today's stream, it was already sitting at 8 hours logged. Now, it's probably at 10. But if I'm going to go for the completionist, and try to platinum this game, it's going to take me a lot longer. So it's totally fine. I'm actually really enjoying this game, so I'm cool with the length of time that it's taking me to play through it. For those of you who also want to check it out, I implore you to do so. If you're already finding the art style and the story to be really cool, please go out of your way to actually pick it up for yourself. It's on Steam and PlayStation. I'm pretty sure you might be able to pick it up on Xbox and Nintendo. I haven't checked. Maybe have a look into that. But I definitely will say it is worth checking out. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other aspects and parts and outcomes that we haven't come across through this run. So it's definitely worth at least playing through it at your own pace and finding the decisions yourself and see where it takes you. Because you might end up with a different outcome to what we've been getting here on stream, which is pretty cool. All right. That's it for today. I'm not going to raid out due to my time constraint of trying to get ready for the PlayStation Drive, which will be coming up soon. So if you haven't already, make sure you are on YouTube, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming. Make sure you've subscribed to their channel, and make sure you've hit the bell icon over there to be notified of when the stream goes live. It'll be going live in just over half an hour, so about less than 40 minutes before the stream goes live over on YouTube, PlayStation Drive. I hope you can come and have some fun with us, ensue a little bit more chaos over there. And we'll be discussing a couple of topics over there, including some questions provided by maybe one or two of you here in the stream, which I have answers for. So, Antonio, I know the question you asked. I already have my answer, so make sure you join us over on the PlayStation Drive to find out what that answer is to your question. And what else? Oh yeah, by the way, I also have a new episode of The Many Thoughts I Have. It's coming out tomorrow, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, which for most of you here in North America will be 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So hopefully you have already subscribed to the podcast, and you will get the notification of when the podcast goes live and is available. It is available on all of the major podcasting services that applies to you. So please go check it out when that goes live. And yeah, it's going to be a fun topic as well. So hopefully you can enjoy that. It's also a long one. So, you know, get ready for a bit of a long talking koala. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that as well. Right now, if you are over on the YouTube side of things, before heading out, would really appreciate it if you like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am planning on hopefully getting some videos out at some point. I'm just waiting until the end of the month, or trying to figure out my scheduling at the moment. It's a little bit all over the place with things going on right now. But hopefully, starting March, there will be some video content coming out on YouTube. So hopefully you've subscribed and you've hit the bell icon to be notified of when they do go up. But yeah, for those of you who are here on the stream as well, would really appreciate if you head on over to the YouTube side of things and just hit the like button. It really does help, at least to promote my channel a little bit more. So I will chuck that in here, so that you can at least get the link straight off. I hope that worked, or unless, no, I think it's this one. It might be, I don't know why Stream Elements doesn't like me sometimes. Doesn't like my commands. Stream Elements, why are you being so annoying? That's okay. I'll just type it in manually. Yeah, if you can, just jump on over to youtube.com/foolishfuji. Like this video, so that it can be boosted a little bit more. Would really appreciate it. But yeah, apart from that, I think that's it. Hopefully you can join me over on the PlayStation Drive on the Carpool Gaming YouTube channel in about half an hour. So I hope to see you there. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your weekends. Enjoy your day or night wherever you are. I love you all. Make sure to look after yourself and your mental health, most importantly. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.